Today, we're learning to sight fish for trout on this river in South Island, New Zealand. Our guide, Chris, is also a freshwater ecologist. For him, this is life. But for us Cornish lads, this is a whole new world.
New Zealand's pretty well known for its slightly bigger fish in beautiful locations. The sight fishing factor, the visual factor, it's quite special to see a fish move, take a fly, see the entire process. An average fish in headwater might be 4 or 5 pounds up to 10 pound, 12 pound bigger. It's one thing I really appreciate when I started guiding, hear all the stories from all these different clients. What a blessing it is to be in New Zealand and be able to fish for what I consider worldwide pretty big fish. I think this is an ideal river if you haven't fly fished before or you haven't done too much.
Chris is teaching us the basics, and he's taken us to a river with good numbers of small to medium-sized trout to practice on. But first, we need to find out what the trout are eating.
So it's dry fly time of the year. We've got a lot of big terrestrials up here, and amongst the tussock and things, we've got some cicadas, some grasshoppers, we've got little wetters. Some here, we've got a lot bigger cicadas. Often like a big west coast cicada. You got actually quite a lot bigger than this one.
The dry fly Chris chose imitates a cicada. We can hear them everywhere. They live underground for many years and then emerge to climb up trees to breed and die. The males sing loudly to attract a lady, and when some of them get stuck in the water, they attract a very different kind of attention.
This one here, the classic Clark cicada, kind of a New Zealand traditional. Great little pattern. Yeah, the likes of these little black patterns like this.
There are many species of cicada in New Zealand. Chris reaches for a small black kind.
About this size, and they'll be sitting on a rock, probably a little bit smaller than that, and they look like a big blowfly pretty much.
Chris explained to us that in rivers with larger rocks, you tend to get larger invertebrates. He also explained how the stability of a river influences which species are commonly found there. To get those insects in the water, Chris needs to teach us how to cast.
Pretty much. Just imagine like hitting the hammer. Yeah, pretty much just up, stop, short line, short stroke. So we're only worried about short cast at the moment, so it's a short stroke. We watch this line go back to the sky. As it straightens, then we're coming forward. The exact second that it straightens in the sky, we don't come forward. So have we go with that?
I always thought fly casting was a graceful movement, so I assumed my friend Will wouldn't be able to do it. But it looks like he's picking it up faster than me.
He's actually doing nicely. I can't comment on camera. It's looking good though, man. Well done. Does it feel nice? Yeah, you're doing well. Just wait a little bit longer for that line to straighten behind you, but other than that, it's pretty good. See this big long dry rock here? Okay. You see in the water about 1.5 meters in front of it, there's a rock just almost sticking out of the water. Yeah. The fish is just in front of that on the right hand side. Look at the right hand side of that rock.
There's something bird-like about the way this guy spots fish.
Up about 1/2 meter longer, about 1/2 meter more line. Yep, and just a little bit to the left. Okay, try that. Okay, watch out hard. Started dragging. Yeah, bad luck. Okay, have a look. Yeah, I think he looked at it and then spooked, so that's alright, he's gone. We came across to look at it and it just dragged. Just a bit of bad luck. It's alright. Just double check he's gone.
So what is this? What is this drag?
Yeah, our drag is pretty much. Oh, there he goes, just off the left. Drag is pretty much the drag of the fly unnaturally across the surface of the water. If you haven't got enough slack in your cast, or there's a faster current between you and the fish, if it's in slower water, and the line tensions up and pulls it across the surface unnaturally. So the fish look for all those unnatural things, and it alerts them to potential bit of drama going on with the anglers.
Will loses his first fish because his fly moves in an unnatural way on the surface of the water. I scare off his second fish by stepping on a rock.
Vibration of the rock might have scared him. I'll just check. I think he's gone.
Well, that was Will's chance gone. Oops, sorry Will. Well, now it's time for me to have a go. Chris told me where to cast, and I did it, achieving a natural drift right over the head of the fish. Will's gonna poison my porridge. Next up, Chris shows us how to keep the fish calm while we're unhooking it.
See how he's really mellow being upside down. It's like what they call a state of tonic immobility. So being upside down, you see how mellow he is? If I flip him up the other way, he's probably going to start thrashing around. There you go, see that?
Oh yeah.
So if I flip him upside down, or her in this case, she's a wee hen. She's got a bit of a flat nose.
Oh, do you know it's a hen? That's the flat nose.
Yeah, the flat nose. You see, there's no beak.
Check out the rounded face on my female trout compared to the pointed face on this male one. In one session, we were both able to put a fly about 1.5 meters above a fish, but we still spooked most of the fish Chris gave us a shot at. Not long after I'd caught my trout, an unusual summer rain set in, and it was set to get much heavier, so we called it a day. We learnt a lot from Chris in just one session, and if you're new to fly fishing, we hope you picked up a couple of tips too. There are a whole lot more fish we want to catch, both in New Zealand and on the fly, and Chris has set us firmly on the path.